It's nice on the ladder. You play against, like the very first match I played was this deck. I didn't have any finales, and I mean, granted, I should have more win cons than just 3 Gadwicks and 2 Murderous Rider. But I got paired against white-black, Bolas Citadel, like super grindy deck, and I just couldn't kill them. They had White Castle in their deck too. White Castle is actually a pretty big problem for my deck if you don't have like some kind of go over the top win condition. Let's see, the deck should be... Carbo Life should be on. So you should have the little deck thingy. Yeah, looks like it's working. Nice. I don't know why when you type deck command in chat it doesn't give you the link. I need to tell them about that. I didn't do it the other day. I'll do it now. Donna Gadwick? Yeah, why not? Maybe I want to just play turn 1 the blue-eye dual land, see a bit what I draw first, and then decide, like, get more info on my draws and decide what I want to... I could just play Fibbletip here. It's good against Teferi, they can't bounce it. And if they start plussing, do I care that much? Am I really going to take Teferi with Thought Erasure? Unclear. I'm just going to play that first. Anyways, yeah. Sometimes, maybe the correct place to just play Tranquil Cove on turn 1 and play Temple of Silence later in the game when you have a better idea of what you need. Ooh, track sim. Whoever you are, thanks for the host. All right, well, I guess I was wrong. You're like, I don't care if you recast your stupid Fibbletip, apparently. Oh, I have to discard? Oops. That's not the greatest. Alright, I guess I don't need that extra land anyways. I could have played Thought Erasure for sure. I kind of want to keep the pressure on the Teferi. Like, even if we go Fire Dude, I have, like, Devil Removal for it. I don't know, it's kind of questionable. Alright, I think I definitely want to get rid of... Alright, let's start by... have 3 cards in hand. I'm gonna Thought Erasure them, try and get their threats. And I think that's pretty good. And then just clear the fires with Planner Cleansing. I could have played that game like a billion different ways. Fires lets them castle every turn. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm trying to get value out of my Planner Cleansing, but maybe the cost is too high. Because I have Gadwick to reload and stuff, so I don't need to like go for every inch of value. What's the play here? I could play Gadwick for 2. Yeah, I think Gadwick for 2 is pretty good. The deck has 28 lands, so sometimes you're in these spots and you're like, oh, I'll draw more, you know, more card advantage and stuff, and you kind of just flood out. So you want to be a tiny bit careful, but I think Gadwick for 2 is pretty good here. Traxim says, I'm a noob that occasionally lurks in your channel, was just playing Historic and figured I'd send people your way. Thanks, bud. Alright, this is pretty good for them. That's one of the reasons why Narset is broken in this matchup. It just shuts down all the... Narset's insane in this matchup. It's good against Krasis, if people still play that, which they probably do. There's a lot of nice applications. I mean, I guess there's a world where I don't actually cast Cleansing. Oh, wow. We got some sick value there. Got an extra Clarion by not trading. Thanks, Traxim. Thanks. How often do you stream? And what format do you usually stream? Another Cavalier. Not great, but not the end of the world. Got my own card advantage. Got a nice little turn next turn. Draw 2. Play a temple. Traxim says, I stream 4 or 5 days a week in the morning, US East time. I work overnights in my time zone. Usually standard and historic. My channel lately has been historic, band, Argbo. Can't stop winning with it. Okay, so you're an exclusively arena streamer? Cool. I've actually played 0 games of historic. That's not true. I've played 1 game of historic in my entire life. The day they introduced historic, I misclicked and I queued historic with my standard deck, and my opponent went turn 1 Once Upon a Time Elf Llanowar Elf, or turn 1 Once Upon a Time Force Llanowar Elf, and I just scooped up my cards. And yeah, so that's my experience playing historic, basically. What is this mana-based nonsense? Why is it nonsense? I've spent a lot of time tuning that mana base. I know it might seem hard to believe, but there's a reason I'm not playing for Temple of Silence and that I'm playing Tranquil Cove and Dismal Backwater over them, because when you have triple blue, triple white, and double black, it's not the easiest thing in the world. This matchup has been very good. Other matchups are like kind of close-ish, I feel. This matchup has been mostly very good. I don't know if that's very good English. I'm actually not sure I've ever lost this match. I mean, I haven't played a ton. I played a decent bit of Esper before. It's actually a deck I tested for the Mythic Championship. How much mana do I have? 6, 8, 9, 10. I guess I'll take Finale. King Art, you want me to lend you some Chandra Torch of Defiance? I actually have a problem with, what are they called? I don't have Rabble Masters. I think I have at least a couple Chandra. How many lands do they have in their graveyards? 1, 2, 2. I started by plussing Teferi, then minusing Narset, another Narset, Alright, what do I lose to here? I'll lose to another Cavalier. Alright, I'm just gonna make 3 1/1s. It's not super good value. They can even bounce one with Teferi, but oh well. I could have also not played Scared and just played Narset and minus Narset. This way, like, they have like so many cards. They can't draw cards with Teferi, etc. I don't know why they're not playing it. I guess they're looking for Deafening Clarion. That's why they're not using minus Teferi. I might have minus Teferi if I was them before casting the second Shimmer. Maybe even the first. Kangris. Sorry, King Art. You're out. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I actually kind of want to land. Do I die to Kenris? No, right? Oh, they have Vigilance. Not like this, chat. Rusty. Hashtag the Rust. Easy clap. Doesn't matter. Deck's too good. Matchup's too good. Oh, casual breaking twice on our set. I'm good. Thanks, deck. How does this deck do against Rakdos aggro? I played 2 matches this morning. I lost 2-1 both times, and I felt like I was pretty unlucky. Also, I made a few tweaks to make it slightly better against Rakdos. It's kind of... You can probably tune that deck to beat the, like, free decks you want to beat. If you're trying to beat more than free decks, it might get a bit tricky. I like the like random random golden egg. No max hand size is nice. Well, instant speed finale of glory. Zing! Just in case. Good old minus 62. Alright, Narset in, Epic Downfall in, Disputes in. I don't think you want the rest. Let's see, what's bad? Tyrant's Corn's bad. It's not even that bad, honestly, because you can bounce your own Gadwicks and stuff. I think Murderous Rider is somewhat mediocre. Murderous Rider is so nice in this deck, though, in some of the matchups. You just get to cast it, play it, bounce it with Teferi, bounce it with Time Wipe. Gives you a lot of removal. Could trim a Gadwick. Could Trim some time wipes. Could even trim cleansing, honestly. Cleansing's not like... Sometimes cleansing's a bit awkward. Seraph is nice against the 4-4, but you don't really want to give them the Scry, and it's bad against the Fairy. Sailor is probably not the worst. Probably not great. This Dateful Stroke is tricky. It's obviously really bad against free mana to Fairy. And Disenchant. Disenchant. Oh, some of these cards are like kind of awkward against free mana to Fairy. Noxious Grass is not the worst. I guess it kills Kenwraith and Teferi. How do I usually sideboard in this matchup? I'll just keep in the Murderous Rider, see how good they are. Alright, I'll do that. Sideboard is so Carnival tier. Dude, that's all my sideboard, especially in control decks. Yeah, the rest, I don't know, the game goes a lot in top deck mode. You already have 4-thought erasure. Not sure you want the rest. Maybe you do though. You just resolve a Narset and like their entire deck crumbles basically, so maybe you do want the duress. This hand's kind of the nuts. They better have a lot of disputes. That's a card. Justice Strike, Narset. So next time I'm going to play Teferi. I want to get rid of Fires. And I definitely want to keep that. I think I'm just going to go Teferi minus into Narset. Maybe you could just come up with a sideboard plan that doesn't really care about Teferi and Tithe Taker. Just kind of play a bunch of removal, don't really rely on counter spells at all. Danger with that is they have a bunch of haste creatures, I guess, so they always get to get a big hit in. It could be kind of bad for you. Alright, so definitely want to play Narset. The question is, do I want to minus it? I don't think so. I might regret it. I'm not sure what would make it regret it. I don't think they have like Planeswalker removal. Nice Teferi. They're just hardcast Murderous Rider. They can bounce it. How do I get rid of that Tithe Taker? Could make free 1/1s and then they get a 1/1 flying. But at least I get to kill their Teferi. I think that's good. So I already have triple blue and white. Oh, I don't even have double black yet. Okay, I think I just like that, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna minus Narset first because I'm gonna do it anyways. Epic Downfall, another Teferi, Chemistry Insight. Teferi seems kind of nice. Epic Downfall was probably fine too. Teferi's nice, I play it, bounce the Tithe Taker. I betrayed red for these Teferi boys, yeah. Hey, blue-red served me well. It got me exactly what I needed. No hard feelings. Alright, so obviously they can't use Cavalier of Flame because they don't get to draw. Our set just so good against their deck, shuts down everything they do. Literally, like, yeah, it's gross. I feel pretty dirty just even talking about it. I'm gonna keep it on free so it doesn't die to Bone Crusher Giants. Alright, let's see. I have 2 black sources of mana. I probably do want to use my Thought Erasure. I could also play Teferi the Spark. Yeah, I guess that's good, right? Perfect. All right, they're just done. Dude, I wish the quality was a bit better. I'm the man. I'm the man getting tricked by the pigeon, obviously. Alright, probably play Water Grave first. Doesn't matter a ton. As long as you play a blue source on turn 1. Island Go. What's Island Go? Is it blue-white control? Some flash deck. I'm gonna be rusty in this matchup. Oh, jamming. I could have minus on my Fibble Tip right away, I guess. Seems bad, right? It's plussing. What does that mean? Scoop? It's funny that they have Fibble Tip as their avatar and they're getting beaten down by Fibble Tip. They're bouncing my Teferi. Maybe that's why I'm supposed to minus it. I think I'm mostly fine with that, right? What can they have to counter it on the way back for 2 mana? I haven't played Standard in a while. Quench? Nothing, right? Negate? Main deck? Oh, I drew my 1 Dispute. How many negates did I have in my main deck too, I guess? Barely remember what I played at the PT. Got him. Oh, there's a plus in Sego. Kind of confused. They might just be trying to tap me out to play a Gadwick for 2. That was a good draw. Just gonna do that. Oh, I don't have enough blue mana. This doesn't matter. I'm gonna plus. They could bounce it again, but I think it's still better to plus. I don't think they have any haste creatures, right? Should stop spewing damage. I'll just keep my Planeswalker high loyalty. This way Gadwick doesn't do anything. Like, none of their cards do anything anymore. It's the power of Esper. Narset and Teferi are insanely well positioned, but they're just hard to play right now. Hard to find the right home. See. Probably just kill Borer and then hard cast Murder Strider. I'm not sure at which points I'm supposed to start down-ticking stuff. They could have the free mana removal spell that targets creatures or planeswalkers in exile. Next turn I can minus to Fairy. I can bounce my Murder Strider if I want max value. Just gonna counter it. The passive is kind of annoying. Kind of awkward. They played it for more than 0 for no reason. Alright, let's see. I mean, it doesn't really matter. 4, 7, 6, 5. And keep plussing. Two Dragonfires. That's what we played at the PT. And Dragonfire was not the greatest for me. It was fine. I think in testing it was pretty good, killing devils and stuff. And I think in the actual Mythic Championship, I wish I'd had Shock a few times instead of Dragonfire. I don't know. Maybe I was just being, just kind of biased. Like, I was just remembering when things were going poorly. I did all that and they forgot to attack. Awkward. I actually don't have that much going on. Okay, decided to scoop, but my hand's all lands. An epic downfall of cleansing. I mean, obviously I have Narset and Teferi. I'm not going to lose this game, but... yeah, I think Dragonfire is probably still better than Shock. Just killing Devil is a pretty big deal. Alright, definitely want Dispute. Definitely want Narset because of Gadwick. Sailor is probably fine. The rest is probably good. Oath of Kaya might be fine. This card might be fine. Tyrant's Corn is good. Epic Downfall kills Giant, and obviously the Spark is awful. I don't think it gets anything in their deck. Cleansing's pretty bad, obviously. Yeah, you might want to just play it like one Shock, one Dragonfire. It's just like not only the effect, just the 1 mana spells. Like sometimes it's just really nice to have a 1 mana burn spell to go as Brightborn Cutthroat and apply max pressure. Is the Zinfral Stroke good only for Gadwick? I already have Free Dispute and Narset for Gadwick. I definitely could see myself playing Gadwick. I think Time Wipe's kind of bad, but it's just such good value in my deck because I can bounce my own cards. Might want to trim. What about Seraph? I actually don't know if Seraph's any good against them. Are they board? It's bad against Dragonfire. I'm not sure if they're going to board that. Yeah, it's usually bad, expensive stuff against a bunch of counter spells, so I'm going to board it out. Epic Downfall, I don't love the sorcery speed. It does kill 8 creatures in their deck, though. Sailor might not be needed. This Kaya, they don't have 1-drops. Alright, 2 cards. Maybe one of the finales. Not sure which one's worse. Is Seraph good? It was my anti-aggro tech. It was for questing beasts. I think it's decent against Ragdos Knight. It's an interesting hand. I mean, 7 lands is infinitely better than 0 lands. Great 6-card hand. They mulliganed as well. Would you rather be mana screwed or mana flooded? Do I have to really choose one of the two? I guess I could have had the timing tell that I didn't have anything. They might just play a giant though, and I'll be happy to be able to go with tyrant thingy. So if I say go, they're gonna play a boar maybe. I think you just jam here, especially since I have one more, and I have like all spells. When is Brussels? At the end of the month. It's not very good for me. I think I just played Downfall. I could gamble. I could play Fibbletiff first. I think it's better to just kill the Gadwick right away. Not thrilled of that outcome. I think playing Teferi was definitely a consideration. It's pretty bad to let them scry too when they have 4 Gadwicks in their deck. I'm not gonna play Insight now. They probably have Dispute, and I want to keep mana up. I don't want to let them to just tap out for Gadwick. I'm in a pretty bad spot. I mean, their hand might just be bad, but I'm assuming it's a bunch of counters, including Dispute, and if they ever found a Gadwick, it's going to be bad for me. I guess I would start attacking. I should have been attacking, I think. I'm just going to keep saying go and keep playing Chemister's Insight. Now I'm in a better spot. They can't read Gadwick for a ton anymore. If the Gadwick was Dispute up, I can just Dispute it. If the Gadwick was more mana up, at least they're not getting obscene value out of it. Hey, Magic Mongooses. Mongoose. Apparently, I think we're looking at mongoose are some of the most hateful. I don't know about hateful, but they like eat their own. Like it's the one of the species that eats their own the most, like cannibalism or whatever. All right, well, obviously that was not great for me, but I get to kill it, and I get to untap and play it to Teferi. The meta right now seems to be mostly fires and John Sacrifice, so if control is ever going to be good in this format, it's now. Juza had an article about blue-white on CIB, and he said those are the matchups you want. Yeah, I haven't played a ton of blue-white. I've played a bit before the MC. I mean, I've barely played any standard since the MC. Blue-white seems fine. My problem with blue-white is I'm not actually sure it beats John Sacrifice. If the John Sacrifice players plays the matchup well. Or you're not a big favorite anyways. Cleansing is good against John. The problem is that if you're far behind, if you miss a beat, if they get a bit of card advantage, they can just play around cleansing. And just reload after the cleansing. Alright, them drawing like free Gadwick is pretty unfortunate. Let's see how good Teferi actually is. Alright. So I can play my own Gadwick. Problem is the passive, they're just gonna I'm pretty screwed. I guess I could play Insight on their turn and hope to do a removal spell and at least tap something. I guess I'll do that for now. What do I want? Triple white, 4 blue, 2 black. On more blue or more black? Black is nice for Murder Strider. Blue I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ready. I think I'll get third black mana. Oh. I played as if I had Gadwick passive in play. Woo! Alright, I completely messed it up. I blew it. I should have main phase Chemister's Insight, try and find a removal for Gadwick. Or I could have even Gadwick for 0 and then Finale for 1 and tap their Gadwick. Yeah, I guess I can just Finale. It's not bad. Oh, I guess it's kind of hard for them. Maybe they forgot to opt in their main phase. I guess it didn't have a single blue spell. I get Chemister's Insight. Try and find a removal spell. Finale draws me 2 more cards. But if I find a removal spell, it's pretty huge. I have 1 downfall left, 2 Tyrant's Corn. I mean, the odds are extremely low. They only have 6 cards in hand, so we're going to have the same number of cards. So it's not like I'm in a desperate spot. They do have more lands than me. That's obviously a big deal in the control matchup. Alright, looks like they messed up. They're not, I guess they were playing around Time Wipe. That's fair. They were worried about Time Wipe probably. Dude, what is this number that calls me every day? Just leave me a message. Alright, gonna play that while they... I don't know what they're doing. They're baiting, I guess. They're playing around a lot of stuff. They're kind of spewing a lot of value. So that might give me a chance of getting back into the game. Alright, probably want to lead with Thought Erasure here. Sabotage. Alright, Spell Pierce not legal, right? I don't think so. I don't know, they might out-tempo me, we'll see. It's gonna be close. They have Castle too. Another Gadwick? Number 4? Oh my god. No Brazen Boar? Nah, I'm playing Murder Strider. I think Murder Strider's a bit better. Yeah. That's pretty rough, not gonna lie. Not loving life right now. Man, I still only have 8 mana. I guess I'll just say go. Cast doubled Chemister's Insight, end of their turn. I'll be pretty sick if I can beat a quad resolved Gadwick. Does Gadwick on the phone? Hello, Gab. Why did you stop playing Blue-Red Flash? I'm here to punish you. Yikes. I tapped all my black mana. Thanks. Jesus Christ, auto tapper. What a monster. What are they doing? I guess I'm just dead if they're doing that. I mean, that's only... I guess they have another Bone Crusher Giant in hand or a Shock. Why would you ever do that? It makes no sense. I think they thought maybe they were going to be pumping their Cutthroat somehow. Alright. I mean, if they don't have a Bone Crusher Giant in hand, I have a shot. They probably do. Alright, they don't. Classic auto tapper, back to its old tricks. Oh. I'm dumb. Maybe the auto tapper is not so bad. Alright, I'll lose. Alright, opponent. Good job, you resolved 4 Gadwicks. That's kind of dumb. Maybe I do want this Disdainful Stroke. What did I die? I died was a Gadwick in hand. But I think that was kind of a fluke. I guess he's cutting a Gadwick. Yes, Sailor's pretty bad against Bone Crusher Giant. But it's good. Even if I get 1 draw out of it, if I play it on turn 5 and draw a card and they kill it, I think I'm okay with that. Let's go to Gadwick. Be a bit less greedy. Hand's pretty bad. I'm not sure I should keep. I could almost let them play first in this matchup. Or they can really out-tempo you. Turn 1 Plains Black Lotus, Arbiter Chalice for 1. Nice. Maybe the deck only needs 2 Gadwick in the main deck. I feel like I get stuck with it a decent bit of the time. Especially with the 2 finales. 2 finales, 2 insights, 2 Gadwick. Maybe play Narset instead of the 3rd Gadwick. It'll make my other Narsets better too. Alright, do I want to jam here or... I want to say go. It's a good hand. If they draw lands. Alright, what's the worst for me if they draw land? If they draw land and say go. So if they play Roll Sign, I just kill it with Murder Strider. Probably just take the Sabotage, right? Oh, I almost forgot to play a land. Bad. But if you can't play that many Gadwick, is it definitely worth playing. Alright, so OSFK has the Grady line. There's literally no reason to get greedy in that spot. I guess Murderous Rider kills Ryle's Scion. I think this is fine. To have a counter spell, it's kind of annoying. Kind of a weird scoop. I could just have a really bad hand.